Hi, Jen Gilchrist here with another Intuitive Insights and Oracle card reading. I'm going to be working with the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck by Heather Askinois. And I could be saying her name wrong, but this is a beautiful deck that gives messages and talks about different types of crystals. So we're going to work with helping you to align with your higher path and purpose for this coming week ahead. And my intention is anybody listening be able to get a message for themselves that will be supportive or validating in some way. All right, so let's go ahead and get going. And I almost forgot to mention that we are in the last few days of enrollment for the Soul Success Unleashed 14-week program. I run this program live a few times a year. Sorry, I dropped a card. We'll look at that in a minute. And that is open until March 7th. So if you have been on the fence about it and you want to reach out to me, please make sure that you reach out through email or private message me so that I can support you and see if this is your great next step. I am always so excited every single time that we have around the amazing amounts of transformation for people, the confidence, seeing them step out, get visible, get in alignment with their purpose work, and first and foremost, heal themselves and feel more confident and more in love with themselves and their lives. So this is something very powerful. You'll learn also, of course, to develop your intuitive gifts along the way. You'll have a great supportive group of people, including myself. So find all the information below. And yeah, if you feel called for it, definitely join us if you are feeling it, because I know on the other side, there's always going to be so much expansion for you and so much happiness and joy. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the cards. Now, one card popped out, but I'm going to read that at the end. It felt like one of those jumper cards that might be a part of something for us to listen to, but I wasn't specifically holding the intention for this week. So let's start with this first card, Hematite, which makes perfect sense. Ground yourself. So this is literally the first card that we got last week, which is pretty funny. I find with sensitives, this is often an area that needs to be developed. This is actually what I teach in my Energetic Mastery Foundations program as well, which is the first 2 weeks of our 14-week program, is how to ground and meditate, because that is life-changing in and of itself, especially for highly sensitive, empathic, intuitive people. But really, the entire world would benefit from learning to ground. So if you don't know how to ground, reach out. I've definitely got ways. You can look on YouTube. There's definitely meditations there as well. You can go out in nature as a powerful way, because nature's always in the present moment. Being grounded, one way you can tell if you're grounded or not is, are you in your head? Are you busy? Are you thinking about thoughts in the future of things that could or may happen that haven't yet? Are you in the past ruminating, reminiscing? Are you just spinning your wheels? All of that mind chatter is a good indicator that your energy is not grounded and present. And when you're not grounded and present, it's hard to be in alignment. It's hard to have clarity. It's hard to have energy. It's hard to see the manifestations of things that you're creating. When you're grounded and connected, you integrate all the healing work you've likely been doing. I feel just intuitively to say that, because I know that those of you are here with me are doing a lot of inner work on your spiritual path. And so when we ground our energy, it's really how we get to then expand spiritually to the next level. If we don't learn how to ground and bring that energy in, then we won't really be able to continue to expand. And many times people have trouble manifesting in the physical world when they can't ground, amongst many other things. All that to say, hematite is a great grounding crystal. It's one crystal that came up on today's reading in particular. So that could also be a support for you. There's many ways to ground, but that is meditation is going to be such a powerful tool so that you can not just be grounded while you're listening to a recording, but learn how to walk through life in this way. The next card is Jade. Be the bigger person. Now, this comes up periodically. You know, we've had a couple of cards this month that speaks to what is it that you're here to learn? What is going on? What's triggering you? What's not working well for you? What is it that's happening that you might feel victim to, or where you want to blame others, or you just feel frustrated, right? How can you, in this case, it says be the bigger person. So this could definitely, for most people, I would say, has to do with something to do with somebody else, where maybe you feel like your hands are tied, or you don't have the choice of a matter, or it's their fault, like the blaming energy. We are not in our power. So this is about what I'm hearing is taking your power back from the situation, from whatever it might be, and do some inner inquiry. What is it that's showing up? What is your part within this? This is not to accept unhealthy behavior, but it's to have peace for yourself and to allow yourself to continue to grow and move forward and on to better things. And so Is it work? How much energy are you spending? Are you in your head? Are you using something else or someone else as an excuse as to why you can't have or do something that you want to, right? This is like many different people are watching this. So it kind of has to stay broad, just sharing ideas. The energy jade can be supportive in this. And yeah, I think this is just where the deep self-reflection and inner work that can come through the grounding, which grounding came, but I was speaking to meditation, is where you get to look at the root cause, like what's actually happening here. Maybe you have patterns or cycles of dating the same type of person, or a habitual pattern, or a poverty mindset, like different things that might be holding you back that you're just frustrated and tired of, that you feel you don't have control over. Well, and that's actually what we do. As I'm speaking to this now, this is the type of deeper inner work that we do in my Soul Success Unleashed program, which we are still open for enrollment for a couple of more days. So if you have been at this period of time where you might need support, because sometimes when we have we have our own blinders. Like, it's hard for us to see our own blind spots sometimes, our own blocks. But whatever tools you decide to use, this is about taking your power back from the person, situation, or thing, tuning inwardly, learning what is it that I need to shift here so that I can create a different outcome for my life, right? Because you do have the power to, and you do deserve it. The two cards came out together, actually. Oh, that's so funny. See, I never look at these things, but you can't make it up. Make your own luck, which is what was coming through, right? You get to create what you want to. This is the energy of adventuring, which is a really powerful healing. And I also feel like adventuring for me feels like brings emotional balance in some ways. Like, I don't know, I just feel the energy feels soothing and calming. And in some ways, because it's soothing and calming, can help you be grounded as well. So create your own luck, right? This is about you being a conscious creator, which is ultimately what I teach and what the program's about as well, is learning how to consciously create your life, how to clear your patterns, clear your fears, clear your doubts, clear your programming, clear past life things that might be coming back through, right? Clear that stuff, because you get to create what you want, right? It doesn't just happen to you. Life isn't just like spin the wheel of the lottery waiting for it to come. You can't just meditate your way into what it is you want to create. Meditation is a huge piece of it. Highly recommend it. Brings you into that alignment and that quiet, but there is action involved, right? You have to go out and do it. It's just because it's written in your astrology chart or any chart that you might have, or you might have this desire or dream. We have to also meet that. We have to meet that, and we have to take action on those things. Pink opal, be kind to yourself. So this kind of comes back to the earlier part of the reading. So I can see why 2 came forward. I feel like this pink opal really works with the message of the whole reading, which has to do with, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. Sometimes at the end of the day, for instance, when I had cycles of unhealthy relationships, yes, I had to go through that. At first, I felt like a victim. I felt like they were doing it to me, and no, their behavior was not acceptable or okay, and I deserved better. But I was also choosing to be there. There was a part of me that I had to learn. So after I did the deeper work, after I'm like, okay, what is it that I need to shift? What is it that I need to change? Why does this keep repeating? Why do I keep dating a similar person though they seem totally different? And when I took that responsibility, I took my power back, right? Not that their behavior is okay in this example, but that because I was willing to decide enough is enough and what needs to change within me, I had to embark on that healing, and eventually you have to heal yourself. So no matter what the circumstances is, sometimes you have to heal yourself from things you might have done in the past, for trusting people that betrayed you, for staying in things that were less than stellar or respectful, by acts that you might have done to other people even, it could be anything. But at the end of the day, be kind to yourself, see yourself through the eyes of grace and love. And in some cases that might be about forgiveness of self as well. Right. And also not being hard on yourself. So I feel like a whole other end of the spectrum for people might be about, maybe you have been working on your purpose work. Maybe you have been, working on creating something for yourself, and it hasn't manifested, and you're kind of going into self-judgment or self-punishment about, like, I should know better. I should have been able to heal this, or why, if you are already in the conscious community, sometimes that can get backwards, where it's like, we should have seen this coming. We should have known better. We should have done differently. I should be able to create this, like that kind of thing. So when you're putting pressure on yourself, see yourself with love. We're all humans. We're all going through learning in this journey of life that will always present things for us to continue to spiritually and evolve and heal and grow. Because that is why we are here. That's a big part of being a human being, right? Conscious or not. And so give yourself that love and that grace. and then create your own reality, right? All of these things that are not working, when you set your intentions to create something in your life, when you have a dream, when you have a desire, when you have a goal, you're ultimately setting yourself an intention to create something that you don't have yet, or something bigger or more than you have currently. And that will always bubble up the things that are misaligned, the parts of us that we don't think we're worthy around it, the parts of us that don't trust ourselves, the parts of us that have doubt or feelings of not being good enough. All of those inner things will bubble up to the surface as a spotlight, right? As that mirror for us to heal and clear, so that we can have what we're asking for. So we have the confidence and courage to take the action that we're being called to do, right? In order to write the book, right? Or to create the business, or whatever your dream is, right? And so don't just see it as an opportunity of healing and growth. Welcome it if you can, because when these things show up for us, it's a beautiful ability to be the alchemist, right? And to clear and heal those things that are not serving you, so that you can live your dream, right? Create your own luck, ultimately, is what the card says. All right. Oh, we have that jumper card. What is it? It is. Oh, I love it. Well, you can't make this up, right? You never can. So it's funny, right? Let the money flow in. Pyrite. So this is an abundance stone. So if you like crystals, these are great crystals that can support these energies as well. But the message says, let the money flow in. Get out of your own way, right? Work on receiving, work on healing, work on loving yourself, work on being open, knowing that you're deserving, knowing that you're worthy, right? Being willing to not have everybody agree with everything you're doing. Sometimes there's just so many different levels to creating your spiritual work or creating a business, that requires inner healing. And this is basically saying, just let it in. It's there for you. You don't have to, you have to earn it in the sense that you do have to take actions, but you don't have to earn it, right? It's not like you have to go through, I think that sometimes it feels like, do I deserve it? Kind of comes along with that. So this is just saying, yes, just receive, allow it in. Now you might have to take actions that are outside of your comfort zone for sure, but it's not about becoming worthy. You are inherently worthy, but this is about getting out of your own way. So if you are hitting a block, this is about doing some healing work. The pink opal does come in. I forget what it says again. Oh yeah, be kind to yourself. This really just feels like self-love, self-acceptance, self-healing on your heart. Okay, so this is beautiful. Let it in, let it flow. It's there for you. There for you. Your dream is there for you. And the abundance on the other side of that is there as well. All right. Thank you for joining me. If you are with me still and you have questions, feel free to email me. I'll put my details in the comments below. If you feel like you are ready to really step into an alchemical container of spiritual healing and growth, and really learn how to be the conscious creator of your life. The style of energy work and reading that I do, I use in my business. It's how I create my life and my business every day. Being able to look at and read your blind spots and clear the family line patterns and programming and social conditionings and, things of the past that are holding us back is such a key element, while actively being willing to move forward and take action. And so we work both aspects of that in this healing program. And at the same time, you're learning how to read energy. You're learning how to do readings for others, learning how to read your auras and other people's auras, learning how to read anything you want, and getting attuned to healing tools to clear that energy for yourself and others, so that you can ultimately align with your dreams. All right, so I'll put that information below. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.